morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Tuesday, June 18th, 2013. All right, the big thing for today is Consumer Price Index and Housing Starts. We'll be keeping an eye around 8:30 to see what effect that may have on the market. All right, departure slightly from our normal routine. We're just going to take a look at our methodology right off the bat. And don't forget to, before you go through any scans or make any decisions on, for instance, exit points and things like that, you may want to pop this baby up and just review it, or whatever plan you may be using. Make sure you look at it frequently. I try to look at mine every day. I'll close that down so we don't get confused, and we'll jump right over to what's going on in the markets right now. We are up slightly, so we're pointing, as CNBC likes to say, towards a higher open, and they really like it when it's a higher open because it gets them very excited. The VIX is at 1680, which is, for recent comparisons, actually a tad high. We'll take a look at that on a chart. Just a tad high. I mean, we spent a lot of time down here in the 13s and the 12s, and just below 14 generally as a rule. And now at least we've had a couple of weeks where we've been above 14, and actually this week so far we've been spending most of our time above 16, so that's a good thing. That puts a little bit more premium in the market for us to sell, and we like that. I like also how prices are just kind of like they jump up and then they pull back severely and then they jump up pretty hefty. So I'm kind of liking that. Gold is at 1377, still well above the 1400 mark that we have been looking at, and oil is at 97.78. I believe down a tad from where it was yesterday. Let's take a look here. Yes, so yesterday did kind of spike up. It's been actually higher. We have a resistance here at 98, so I just kind of keep an eye on that and see if anything exciting is happening. And the Nikkei is pretty quiet. It's only changed 1.45%, so that's pretty quiet for the Nikkei. Okay, so we're going to look at our positions here as we go through the A+ list. We're doing just fine, but I will let you know that yesterday, here's what I did yesterday. I closed the Netflix trade for a nickel, so that was a profit close. So we ended up making 60 cents on that trade. Cost us 75, or we collected 75 when we got in, and cost us a nickel to sell it. So actually we made 70 cents on that. Opened MasterCard, another one on MasterCard yesterday, and that's a bull put. Google also gave me triggered yesterday, and we got in on that one as well. We'll take a look at that on the chart when we get there. Panera did trigger, but it pulled back. We'll also take a peek at that one when we do our scan. And also sold the June Google for a profit. That was one that we collected 85 cents when we got in, and we sold it for 9 cents. So we were pretty close, right around an 80% profit on that particular one too. Alright, let's get right into our scan here. First up, in our lineup is Apple. Still no entry showing up on there, no direction, not much momentum either on the midterm or the long term. So we're taking a pass on that. Amazon, we are currently in a trade. We are in a iron condor here, as we can see. I don't know why I missed that. Just scrolled right on by it, but we're in an iron condor. Expires next week. We don't expect anything hairy to be happening there. And sorry for all you hairies out there. But let's see if there's a directional trade here. No, not when we're bouncing around this 45, 55 lines that we have in here. There's nothing exciting happening there. There is a little bit of momentum on the long-term chart that is entering in here. And there may have been a trade back here. But again, even when we looked at it on the midterm, moving average just not doing anything. So that puts a bad taste in my mouth. So no directional opportunities on Amazon right now. BIDU, we were looking for an alert here, it looks like. We closed out this June one early for a profit. And the alert did not trigger, so this was a failed opportunity here. We're looking for possibly something off of this particular hook that we had right here. Never was able to get up above the previous day's high. So we took a pass on that, and I'm going to cancel this alert. I'm not interested at the moment. Alright, Celgene. Alright, we have a July bear call on Celgene. It's playing out rather nicely. Do we have any other opportunities for entry? No, we do not. So we're just going to wait for this one to mature and play itself out. CF, we're not in CF right now. We were looking to see if we could come up here and give us a bear call opportunity. Still working towards that general area. If we get a hook here above the 55, I might reconsider that. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put two targets in there just to remind me that we also might be looking for one here. And then we would have to, based on the angle, we need to move this one over a tad. Not that it matters, but, you know, just to keep it sort of accurate. Chipotle, we are currently in there with a bull put. Looks like it is sort of running out of gas here. We have momentum starting to bend down on the long-term chart, but short-term momentum down on our daily chart, but the moving average is creeping up so far. So at least these, we're staying above the 9-day moving average here. So we're looking okay there, although this looks like it might be starting to turn over. July is pretty far away yet, so we'll have to see how this plays out. Gold. There is gold in them Nar Hills. You know, we're looking at a possible hook right here. This would be another target of interest on gold. Another opportunity to do a bear call on that one. Where might it end up? Let's take a look at some of our July opportunities here. We would be looking around the 140 level. Oh, that should be just fine. So I'm going to put an alert on that, and here's the reason why. I know that one looks kind of shaky, but I have some extra money here. I want to get up around the 20,000 mark here, so I'm going to be putting an alert on gold, and it's probably not going to trigger. We'll see what happens here. So we want an alert. Right here, and we just want to see what happens on that today. Alright, Google, we just got in on this yesterday. We closed this one yesterday for a profit, and we jumped in on a July bull put. Clicked at $1.10 on that one based on this hook down here below the 45. Actually, both percent K and D both hooked below there. We like that when that happens. We have confirmation over here with the stochastic moving up, and we have confirmation with the short-term MACD moving up. And we like, actually, if you were to draw a trend line in here, this is looking pretty good for Google. Alright, Goldman Sachs, we are currently in a trade there. We're looking at a July bull put that we are in, that we got in back here after this hook. Just kissed the 20 on percent K, percent D. It just happened too fast on percent K to get percent D, which is the blue line, or I mean the colored, changing color line, the red-green line. But that was good enough for me. Confirmation here in a short-term MACD, confirmation on the long-term MACD on the weekly chart, but not on the short-term MACD. And the stochastic is looking like as though it might be pulling back. So we're hoping that this trade, if price decides to move sideways for a while, we'll collect more premium on that, but we just got to keep her above here. We don't want volatility increasing too much on that. Nothing lining up for right now, especially after yesterday. LinkedIn, still a little bit nervous about that, but that cooperated nicely yesterday. I still have my alert in here. This is an exit alert. So we're just looking at that, and really no other opportunity here at this time. A little confusing signals here with the moving average starting to flatten out. We'll just, we're in observe mode for LinkedIn. MasterCard opened one yesterday on MasterCard with that bull put. It was looking nice and solid yesterday. Got in somewhere around the end of this candle and beginning of this candle. So it was looking good. Netflix exited this yesterday based on that move. Turned out to be a very nice trade. But nothing coming up here. We could have, I think we probably had an alert on this and it failed here. I'm concerned about gaps like this, getting in on gaps like that. So I'm just going to wait for it to come back and prove itself again. They tend to move back down and fill them. Alright, price line, we're still watching this one. Still showing weakness on this MACD. This is really strange on the weekly. Look, showing a little bit of strength over here. Still, in my mind, still a confusing muddle of price action and indicators. Contradictions all over the place. Panera, remember I mentioned we had the alert go off on that. Looked really good in the morning. This is why you don't trade right away in the morning, as this pulled back and I took a pass on it. And then Visa, last but not least. Yeah. Did I have an alert on this? I may not have had an alert on this. But either way, it's looking like as though it's starting to quiet down, unlike MasterCard. MasterCard's a little bit different. Looks a little bit better than Visa. Visa had a big struggle yesterday. Sort of a doji here, although the wicks are kind of long for a doji, but definitely a lot of indecision and battles going on over the price of Visa yesterday. Alright, that is it for today. Thanks a heap for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.